Hello everyone, this is Holly, the founder of Morning Mimosas, and coming to you guys today because I am taking a break from social media. Mentally I'm not all the way there, and it's time for me to take a break and take care of me before something drastic ends up happening to me. I've been battling with PTSD on top of major depressive disorder and anxiety, and it's even worse by being on social media sometimes because of certain things that I lack, I guess I can say. Don't mind me, guys. I am recording this episode while I'm taking a walk. So, don't mind me at all. I'm okay. I'm okay. Or as what the world deems to be okay. I don't know too much of what goes on in other people's lives. But one thing about me is I find life to be so unfair sometimes. And I know life is unfair, right? We see the injustices all the time. The problem remains that people continuously allow you to be in those injustices, if that makes sense. I, for example, experienced many injustices. I lost my firstborn when I was 15. She was 2 weeks old when someone drowned her. And I lost my son when I was 17, and he was a stillborn. So all those things come into play about PTSD. And then on top of feeling like sometimes I'm not worth a damn. Because of the relationships I had with the fathers of my children. I said fathers because the fathers of my children, they're different men, obviously. But I came here to say this. Don't judge somebody. You don't know what that person is capable of doing. There was a young man in a Facebook group, the Black Podcast Network group, who was suicidal, and I love that a lot of the men came forward and tried to calm the young man down. That was so beautiful. So that was so empowering. But I also want to say it was also disrespectful to see people laughing at that young man who was trying to end his life, because that's happened to me. I've tried to kill myself, and then I've tried to kill myself more. Yeah, suicide is I guess a taboo in the Black community, but unfortunately it happens way more than we want. One person that committed suicide, Don Cornelius, and he was in his 70s when he killed himself. We don't know what that brother was going through when he took his life at that old age. I need people to sit here and don't judge me because you see a post that I wrote. I was born to African people. I wasn't always able to express myself. So this is my opportunity to do so. And I'm not talking about my mother. My mother is an amazing soul. He's talking about just the culture in general, just being Black. Kids should be seen, not heard. And I don't know. I usually, try to say things like respectful, but I'm more so for you guys to understand that mental illness is a real thing. And don't judge somebody because your mental illness is not the same as theirs. Truth be told, we're all mentally ill. Some people's mental health issues are more severe than others. So don't judge someone unless you know what they're going through. People don't know what I've been through. Like, I found the lifeless body of my infant in a tub. And people want me to get over that. Yeah, I have PTSD. I'm sorry. There's just I'm in therapy and, maybe I should get on medication. I don't fucking know. But I just find it to be very, very distasteful that people judge, they just judging, and they don't know you from, anything. My Facebook right now is deactivated because mentally I'm not there. I'm not. Mentally, I'm very hurt. Mentally, I want to scream. Mentally, I just... some things I can't even say, because of fear of judgment. But, sometimes I want to end it all. They do. And, there's people that say, well, how you have 2 beautiful kids, and, you're becoming a success. What is it that you want? I'm like, it's not about any of these things. It's about, I've gotten everything that I want. I've gotten everything I want. Except one thing that I asked God for. And for some reason, for people, it translates into me being desperate. And I'm not desperate. I'm not desperate at all. I've been married. A lot of people can't say that. A lot of people can't say they've been married before. I can. And I was married for at least a little while. So, I don't want anyone to sit here and judge somebody else who is going through a mental health issue. Because right now, I'm currently going through one. I'm in a mental health crisis. To be honest, mentally, I just feel like I don't belong. Mentally, I feel like all of this is for nothing sometimes. Because, I got the kids, right? But me and the man didn't work out, right? I want people to start being mindful of other people. Please stop faking the funk because you want to put a specific facade out there for people to see of you. I'm here to tell you guys, it's not cool. Be happy for what you've accomplished. Be happy. Let people know that, yes, I am excited. You definitely have a right to brag about yourself. Don't let nobody tell you can't brag about yourself. Because I'm here to tell you, brag about yourself. My thing to you guys right now is be mindful of others. I'm so sick and tired of human beings. I really, really am. And sometimes I feel like I do more than nothing. Nothing. So I'm still, battling mental health issues, And, it's funny. Someone had told me that because I'm not fully healed from my past situations, that I don't deserve love. That really stabbed me in my heart, because I already feel like that I don't deserve love, and then to hear because I'm not fully healed I don't deserve love was a semi-slap to the face. And the level of disrespect I've been getting from other podcasters too is just absolutely absurd, because they don't know me or my situation, and they need to leave me alone before there's hella repercussions. Jemiah and Micah, those are my angel babies. I wanted so much for my kids, my two older children, and I wanted them to live to be the ages that they should be. Jemiah would be turning 16 this July, and Micah's due date technically was April 1st of 2010, but I had a DNC on January 7th of 2010. So it's a lot, because I'm obviously not with the fathers of any of my children, right? Which sometimes I look at myself too, like, why couldn't I make it work? Why didn't they love me, enough to stay? Or why didn't I love them enough to stay? Or whatever the situation was. I need you guys to be very mindful of other people. Be very mindful. Have your self-care, brag about yourself, or be mindful of others. I've seen a lot of stories where a woman like myself, there's signs with me, but with other people, there was no signs of anything, and then they end up committing suicide. And I need people to be mindful of, like I said, people with mental health problems. It's a consistent battle trying to heal from, first and foremost, the death of 2 children, multiple miscarriages, and then another, miscarriage of justice. It's very difficult to be a woman like me. I apologize for that, guys. I said I was recording this episode down here, so if you guys hear extra noise in the background, that's why. But it's, like I said, it's a consistent fight to want better. It's a consistent fight to want to be healed from your past, but there's always something that comes and reminds you of the past, And that's another thing that needs to be discussed, is that I have not forgiven my first baby daddy ever, because he refuses to apologize, and he refuses to acknowledge my daughter. And mind you, my daughter passed away almost 16 years ago. So I have a lot of anger there. And I think it's time I finally admit it. I think my biggest anger with my first baby daddy is that we didn't become a family after that. We the complete opposite. He's my enemy. That's just kind of how I see that. I don't see him as like another human being. No, I see him as just another nigga on the street. And excuse my French, but that's just how I see him. I know forgiveness is not for him. I know forgiveness is for myself. But it's really hard to forgive someone who never loved you, and who never apologized. It's just very, very disheartening. The last point I'm going to make is, if you see the signs with someone who's suffering with mental health problems, help them instead of judging them. I've tried to kill myself many times in the past, and all I got was judgment. I'm grateful that my friend came and, saved me from that home hysterectomy I almost did. But don't ignore the signs. And whoever's listening to this, I hope you hear me. The signs for me are there already as we speak. Don't miss the signs. There are days. Go ahead. There are days where I think I'm better off being on this. Because sometimes my depression and PTSD take me there. So, if you haven't learned anything from today's episode, please take this information from me today. Don't ignore somebody's mental health, please. People are suffering. People are suffering, and they need help. Therapy or whatever it is. People need help. Me included. Hey guys, this is Holly, the founder of Morning Mimosas, where we value human life, justice, healing, and education for the Black and minority communities. Until next time, please take care of yourselves and others.